Hi there, this is Nicholas Kazamiya, and I'm here with two of the columnists for Fab Magazine, the History Boys. So, gay history, that's a kind of a touchy subject matter, is it not?
We are very careful about the terminology that we use. If there's general agreement that the person had a male lover through a significant portion of their life, then we're fairly confident in saying that they were gay or gay adjacent.
You've been writing this column for a couple of months now.
Yeah.
So what's been one of your favorites?
So I have an article that looks at Christ as a gay figure and looking at biblical precedents that you could use to argue that Christ was a gay figure. And of course, it's completely sacrilegious.
One of my favorite columns would have to be Alexander the Great. When you learn about Alexander the Great in school, you generally get, he went to the east, he conquered Persia, he stopped the Himalayas, he did a lot of stuff. But you don't really get that through most of his life. He had a long-term male lover. And unlike most of what you hear about the ancient Greeks, this wasn't pederasty. There was no significant age gap between the two. They were the same age and they were educated together by Aristotle, and they were socially equal, nearly. Well, one was a king and an emperor and the other was one of his most trusted generals and second in charge of the empire eventually.
So for our viewers, I understand you have a pop quiz of some kind.
Sexy history test. So first question, if you could sleep with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
That's easy.
Okay.
LaToya Jackson.
Is she a historical figure?
To me, she is.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
No, I don't know. So who would you say?
Mine would be Magnus Hirschfeld, he's considered the pioneer of sexology and the kind of first Weimar era Berlin. He founded the Institute of Sexual Research, and he was also, I think he was a cross-dresser, and he was into asking people all these kinky questions and probably a bit of a voyeur as well. So that would definitely be mine. Yeah.
And yours?
Maybe I'll go with Alexander the Great. He was, at least for a rough and kinky encounter, because he was pretty full of himself.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to be admired from a distance, then Hans Christian Andersen.
Well, that's great. Okay. Next question.
Next question. At a dinner party, Oscar Wilde insults your cravat. What's your comeback to the old poof?
That's tough. He's a wit.
He is a wit. Yeah.
At least I'm thin.
Yeah. That is all I have.
And our viewers can give their responses to these questions. I guess you guys are going to have some fun getting some back and forth comments.
They're going to be graded on how sexy or perverse they are. So
there's no middle ground, just sexy or perverse.
No middle ground.
I like that.
Okay.
So thank you for speaking with me, and I understand you have a live event that you're hosting.
Yeah, January 16th at Video Fag in Kensington Market. We were asked to come and do readings of some of our columns.
It's also a sexy nerd themed event, so we're telling people to come dressed up like they're coming to school to seduce their hot teachers. So
January 16th at Video Fag in
Kensington
Market.
That's
great.
right.
All right,
Cool.
Thanks guys.
Thank you.
Okay.